Hi, and welcome to another edition of Kitchen Chemistry. I'm Julie, an educator with the New Mexico Museum of Space History, and you may recall that we've talked about matter before. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. I'm made of matter. This bowl is made of matter, and even this water is made of matter. And there's three typical states that matter is in: a solid, a liquid, or a gas. But is there ever a time that a liquid can act like a solid or a solid act like a liquid? Well, that's what our experiment's about today. And you need just a few items that you have around your house. You're going to need some water, a spoon, a bowl, some cornstarch, and you're going to need some food coloring. So go gather up all of those items and join me right back here for this fun experiment. First, add about a half a cup of water and add 3 or 4 drops of food coloring to the water. Stir it around and then add about 4 heaping teaspoons of cornstarch to the water and stir until everything has mixed together. Add more cornstarch until you have a thick consistency much like pancake batter. I used about 1 cup of cornstarch in total. Once you have it mixed, you will see that it becomes very hard to mix with a spoon. I began to use my hands. You have now made Oobleck. This is the name coined by Dr. Seuss when he wrote the book Bartholomew and the Oobleck. What is special about this liquid? Well, it's called a non-Newtonian fluid. A non-Newtonian fluid does not take on the characteristics of a regular liquid. Most liquids have a defined volume, but no defined shape. A solid has a defined volume and a defined shape. A non-Newtonian fluid reacts like a solid and a liquid, depending on the force that is acted on it. If I take some of the Oobleck and squeeze it in my hand, that is putting a large force on it, and the Oobleck will feel like a solid. As soon as I release the pressure and open up my hand, then the Oobleck turns back into a liquid. This non-Newtonian fluid is so fun to play with. You can even see that it breaks up like a brittle solid when you scrape it up with your fingers. But as soon as you stop exerting the force, it turns right back to a liquid. Other examples of non-Newtonian fluids that are found in the world are ketchup, whipped cream in a can, and even quicksand. If you take ketchup, whipped cream, and Oobleck and put a small amount of each onto a plate, which do you think will turn back to liquid and run down the plate first? Now, lift your plate up on one end and watch your non-Newtonian fluid race. Remember, when you're done with your Oobleck, you need to throw it away into the trash. Do not put it in your sink or it will turn into a solid in your pipes. So how did your experiment turn out? Did you have a race between your non-Newtonian fluids? And which one won? The ketchup, the whipped cream, or your Oobleck? Well, thank you for joining me today for another edition of Kitchen Chemistry. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as we're always adding new projects and new information. And don't forget, stay home, stay safe, and keep looking up.